All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to pre-market prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin with you for the last half hour of today's session. I wonder what we're going to talk about. Well, let's just start overall. We'll start broad, and then we'll see where the conversation takes us. So smash that like button, strap in, and let's go. Joel, how are we doing today?
Don't you like when, you have your overnight activity and you open the day session at 44.02 and you go up and down and all around, and then at 3:33, you're within one handle of that opening price. Makes you feel like sitting here all day is just not where the money is. But try to rally off the open. Never could reach that pre-market high of 44.15. Big level. This is going to be the at the close level show that you don't want to miss. Okay. The all-time high was that closing price from yesterday, 44.15. That's your Globex high today. Your former all-time closing high was 44.14 and a quarter. Boom. You got the highs above that, but I think you take that out, the 2250's dead meat. We broke down under 4,400. It looked like we were going to have a little bit of a sell fest. And nope, weekly swing number at 43.92. Got just under that, 91 and a quarter. And just a tough session just all around, at least for the S&P 500 index. I know the Q's is in the green thanks to cover the chip stocks. Crude getting walloped here, down 259 at 67.97. Big 3-day sell-off of $6. Gold surrenders all those gains, 1835.90. Now it's only up 60 cents at 1840.70. Silver went from being nicely green to slightly in the red. That's down. Silver is actually down 13 cents at 25.45. Bitcoin, that's in the green by 1,700, 39,760, trading right near yesterday's high. And Ethereum is having a good day too. That's up $217.50, Spencer. So where do you want to go? You want to go to some crazy stocks? You want to go to some earning stocks? Or did you want to go to something you got down and dirty in?
Yeah, let's talk about this hood. You know what, Joe? I don't know if you saw his email, but CC did email us today. And if you missed our show this morning with CC Lagator, you really should watch this segment because it's about halfway through the show or about 2/3 of the way through the show. And the reason I bring CC up is he was spot on. We talked about how the highest strike price available in the options chain that can act as resistance. And that's basically what happened here today. Robin, if you look at where Robinhood stopped out, it stopped out and this is, I'm just going off CC's email here. It stopped out at the high, at where the highest strike was. And so I thought that was it was a great conversation. I thought that was very interesting. Here's what happened to me today. I was on at the open. I was doing a little stream, hang out with the guys, and I see Robinhood, ripping at the open, and I say, all right, I want to have some fun. Let's go. So at 9:33, I throw out a market order and I get myself in at 9:33. Time, that was the time. So the price was $61.
Nice,
actually. And it was all fun and games for about a minute and a half, and then we got our first halt. I was like, oh shoot. So, because now I'm stuck for 5 minutes and I don't know what to do, and I don't have any.
But where was that? It was moving up though, right?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It was. I was up on the trade at the time of the first halt, and I thought, okay. Well, I went into this with a zero forethought. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I got people telling me, throw in a limit order, a couple dollars above, do this, do that, do the other. All right. So it reopens, and we go red for a split second on that next candle, and then we keep on going higher. And at 9:40, I was like, all right, this is enough for me. So I got out at 71.64 and literally,
Did you put it? Did you put a limit in there, or did you just market it?
no, I just market the whole
Okay.
thing.
Oh,
And then probably, so that was at night. That was probably less than a minute later, we got our second halt. And I was like, whew, okay. I don't care about this halt now. So anyway, it's not often I make day trades off the open. So it was fun to get down dirty and something like that. It's fun to watch it go to 85, go back down, and then I want to give myself another pat on the back because even though I didn't trade it the second time, it did look. I did say it looked nice at like 10:45. It looked not bad, and it's kept on going since then. So anyway, Jack Douglas marketed at 72. Yeah, I normally don't do that sort of thing, but I said I want to have some fun, so I did, and it ended up working out. But not the kind of thing that is repeatable.
yeah, that 70. I mean, it did get to 85, but optionality coming in there did have some pops over 70. So people selling those 70 calls, which was, I mean, I'm sure they extended the strike price up today. They're out there selling stock, locking it in. I got to give this a few more days here. I mean, this is just ripping. That 85, that looks like a pretty good high now that you backed off $17 from it. But holy moly. The other thing, too, just of note, one thing that we try and stress is when you're playing these stocks, the pre-market levels, even if you're not using them for trading, the pre-market, that first
Yeah,
green bar, that represents the regular session. And you could see the pre-market high was right there at 55.37, opened up below that. But once it took that out, there was absolutely nothing in there. So good job, Spencer. I don't know what your plan was if it went down, but
they didn't have a. I didn't have one, Joel. Again, not repeatable. That's not a repeatable strategy. Not the kind of thing you can do 10 times and make and end up making money. It might work for you once. It worked once for me today. Great, but not long term repeatable.
all right. Let's
I can't wait to hear Dennis judge me tomorrow morning. So
yes.
that should be fun. Anyway, so Robinhood, crazy stock of the day, 85 is your new resistance. Let's talk, Joel, about these earning stocks. And again, and I'm struggling here to find one stock
I
that has
know.
gone up after its earnings report. I guess the one is Eli Lilly from yesterday. It's up again today. But outside of that, does anyone chat know, are there any stocks that have actually gone up and stayed up after their earnings reports? I mean, Activision didn't, Lyft didn't. I'm just going back the last couple of days here, thinking back to this week. Amgen, no. Under Armour did. Under Armour did. So yeah, Under Armour is not bad actually. But like, no, it's tough out there.
That's the way it's been. It started with the banks, then it spilled over into the big tech, and it's just that's been the trend. Now, for the big tech, yeah, it's backed off, but they really haven't gone down either. So, mixed bag with earnings season. Good reports, but man, a lot of these stocks had nice run into the report, so you just see some profit taking in it. I just wanted to note Facebook here. That's one of the big techs that's in the green. And for you gap fill traders out here, if you got stuck on this gap up day, I can't remember what they announced that day. The high on that gap day was 51.54. If you had that order out there at 51.54, you got done because it went to 51.51 and then trading at the highs of the session. If we want to take a look at this, which you had a high of, let's call it 278, 351, 17-point move, 8.5. 260. Looks like Wait, what did I say? 378, said 61.71. That's 27. That's 13 and a half. If you're looking for this issue to get back up to that all-time high area, I'd first see 364, 365, 365.52, your July 29th high.
Yeah, there's some tickers dropping in the chat. Zoom info, I guess it's still higher after it's reported, though it wasn't yesterday. And they did price an offering from selling
Oh,
shareholders.
they did.
Oh, it was,
Oh,
it was from selling shareholders, so it's not dilutive. But that was at 55 and a quarter. So the Zoom info is looking okay. Few people mentioning AMD. Obviously, I know AMD's higher. That's the same.
oh, jeez. Oh,
The,
man.
the, the exception here.
Is
But
Bill Big D around today?
yeah,
Because if he is, oh boy, I sure hope he held on to that AMD. And really, the only number that I could give him was that high from yesterday, and it opened up 1436, and it didn't even blink. Didn't even blink at 1485. Went to 122.49. Now backing off. So Big D, Bill, Big D, let me know how you did in that one. And 116, not too bad. You good? You got out? We'll see what it does. But man, what a move. AMD, I got to get this fixed so I can get the pre-market data. NVIDIA having a good day. Chips leading away.
I was asking if Etsy reported. They are tonight. Etsy is, aren't they? Yes, Etsy's tonight. It's Etsy, Uber, EA, Roku, Wynn Resorts, Lemonade. For those who care about that, are all reporting tonight. So no, Etsy not out yet. To whoever that was, Andrew Garver, not out yet. Interestingly enough, we had the Robinhood thing today, and so there are some sympathy plays off that. SoFi moved with it, Coinbase moved with it, and there was a SPAC too that moved with it as well. We were watching all that this morning. So interesting to see these relationships sort of form very early on here. FTCV is the one, toner man. That's the SPAC I was talking about. They're going to become eToro, which is a big crypto broker, and that's up 11%. So anyway, we have these relationships now. It's always fun to watch those form. Anyway, so what else are you guys watching in the chat? Someone mentioned Snapchat, which I've not looked at for a couple of days, and yeah, nice day today. Snapchat up 5%.
Now Snap got oh boy, I gotta get this cash data right. Wow. Gap up and revisited the top of or the bottom of that gap area and held in there. So good day for that. Keep an eye if you're trading Snap today. Keep an eye on right here. Right here, right now. 77.38. That was your high in July 29th. You're at 77.30. Only one high in it. Oh, actually, two highs in this area after coming down. So, moment of truth coming up here for Snapchat. Whether or not we want to go up and take out that all-time high, 79.18. That was made on earnings day. Your all-time closing high was made on that day too at 77.97. So I don't know. But pins didn't do well. It's been a kind of a mixed bag with these social media stock. Well, Etsy. I guess they actually sell something. But for Etsy, if you're looking at the report, significant area to me would be this 213. Two highs right there at just under 213. This high right here is at where's this high? 211.82. So 212 to 213 on a pop. That's a $10 pop. So if you're looking for more than that, fine. But that could be an area of a good report. You might get that initial pop up. On the way down, this is interesting because you had three highs in the same area. You broke through it today. So I'll just go 194 as support, even though today's low was 190.68. I'm sure a lot of people that sold there would like to get it back if it comes back down. So that's a look at Etsy heading into its Q2 report.
Andre was asking, okay. He's asking why every semi stock is going up except for Intel, both today and in general. Well, to make you feel better, Andre, it's not just Intel. Okay, you can look at SWKS, which is down today. You can look at Xilinx XLNX, which is down today, though it was at new.
Is that deal falling apart or what?
I still don't know, but it was at 150 a couple days ago. So
Yep. Okay.
but it's not just your Intel. But Intel is a big part of it. So
Intel, man, I tell you,
I do sympathize. I do.
chip stock that I own, baby.
Micron too, though it's had a good week. But
Yeah, that's trying to recover. Late earnings reporter. That is nice. Looks like trying to fill that earnings gap. Folks, keep an eye, 83.43. If you're trading this tomorrow and the rally continues, you got close to it today with an 83.09 high.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. That was kind of all I had to talk. Oh wait, no, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about I didn't write it down though. It was Activision. That's what it was. I want to talk about Activision and Take-Two combined, actually, because Activision, sort of just never gave you a shot at the open here until
continued down and Take-Two. Didn't get till yesterday's low. Gave you a little fake out when you got to yesterday's high. One of my better calls here was in Activision. Just kind of spotted that $84 area. Backed off it a little bit because we got 85 in the pre-market, but that's sometimes, when you back off from an area, and actually it was just it held up nicely between 84 and 85. And then look, right before the open in that last 15 minutes, you had a seller come in, and that 84 ended up being a good level on the day session. It ended up only getting to 83.90. So just a lot of people stuck in this avalanche from 90 down to 78, 12-point move. Wow, halfway back from that little thing is 84 too. So 84. Wow, can't stress that enough. And another stock that had a good level. It wasn't such a great level if you sold it on the way up. Multiple highs at 82. Well, it got through there. Got up to another high, but man, if you didn't sell it on the way up, you had absolutely no chance to sell it on the way down. Pre-market prep stock of the day. I wrote this one up, so take a look at it. A lot of these reopening stocks, yeah, they rebounded off their March lows, but they didn't come back and make a new all-time high. So this one exhibiting excellent relative strength to the other stocks. It's volatile. Too bad it couldn't hold that 82. I thought the chance it had a pretty good day at that, but little profit taking after the beatdown on Tuesday.
Joel, the first stock you mentioned to me when we spoke this afternoon was GM. And I don't know why that was the first thing you mentioned, but it was. It's down 8%, down $6.
What did they do wrong?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Yeah. Gap down. I mean, if you had an inkling to buy this off the open, because I was trying to identify support levels, you found out really quickly that you were wrong. 55.29 open. Never got near that low from yesterday at 56.61. I will say that give it a day or two. This is going to be important for GM. Last month's low, 52.53. So far, the low this month, 52.21. So, give it a couple days here. If we can, find another low or 2 or 3 in this area, maybe a little bit of a turn. I tell you, if you were a sympathy trader, and I know it's not a sexy stock, you almost got the short Ford flat off the earnings, off the the GM reaction. Well, I guess they were good earnings. 14.02 close, 13.85 high, 13.93. So got within 9 cents of that close, and then boom, kind of a step down seller there in Ford 2, coming up to a potential area of support 1328. If you're looking for a day trade on, day trade exit point on this, we're continuing lower. 1328 was your low on July 20th. And the actual low in the move, that was on that Freaky Friday. That was 1279 when you had that washout, and the close that day was 1328. So I think you're coming into a pretty good level here on potential support in Fords.
Yeah, and we know GM doesn't have chips, so I guess that's what people are saying. The problem is they don't have chips, and they're not doing a good job of sourcing chips, and I did see that headline. I could have sworn it was Monday or maybe even Sunday that they're closing another plant again. I've mentioned that before. So yeah, no chips, parking lot full of cars that are 95% done. Just need one piece and can't get it. Question in the chat about Lee Auto. So Lee did an offering, a stock offering in the U.S. They announced it on Monday, and in addition to that, they're also going to be listing on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. They're going to raise about $1.9 billion in that transaction. The question in the chat was, how is this going to impact the stock? Well, if you own Lee LI, you're going to be diluted a little bit. You're going to own less of the company after this than you did before it. That doesn't necessarily mean the stock, has to go down or anything. What Lee's doing is they're just creating a second pool of liquidity for themselves, right? They're saying, okay, we're going to have one pool of liquidity in the U.S., another pool of liquidity in Hong Kong. Generally speaking, those prices will more or less stay in line. There are people that do that sort of thing and keep the prices in line. I don't feel confident saying, oh, this is a catalyst for it to rip higher or a catalyst for it to rip lower. Because I don't know, but it is going to be dilutive, so you are going to own less of the company after this than you did own it before this. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, just create some. That's going to make it a little bit tighter. Trading overseas, arbitrage opportunities, get a lot of the action. That secondary doesn't seem to be affecting the stock too much. Quiet day, had the gap down day yesterday. Couldn't quite fill it. This is a tough one. I would just be keeping a real close eye on 35 to 36 over the next couple days. The reason being, 3 monthly highs in that 35.27 to 36.66 area. So not 1 month, not 2 months, but third month in a row, you are below that area. So look for this to clear. Let's just split them all and call it like 36. But Lee looking a little tired up here after the news.
And something else to keep in mind is they're obviously doing this to raise money, right? But there's a difference in raising money to fund growth, or raising money because you're trying to stave off death. And so in this case, this is a growth company, growth stock. They're raising money because manufacturing cars is really expensive. And they probably need the money.
Little bit of dip here in the S&Ps. Not sure if we have any selling balances. We haven't talked imbalances a lot, but the weakness here heading into the close, definitely notable. Now down 17 handles. The battle for 4,400. Close rages on that all-time closing high, unless we just get a fury of buying on the close. Looks safe for today. So just looking at the S&Ps, that was a rough day yesterday for market participants, but I'm going to throw this in here, and we're going to keep an eye on this one because I got 98 and a quarter, because I really feel confident that your next move in the markets is going to come once you break out of this just consolidation area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. And you know what? You got a jobs number coming on Friday. Maybe that will be enough to stir the momentum one way or another. But that 9-day trading range holding up here in the S&P 500 index futures.
Yeah, and we had that weird ADP print this morning. And so what I was telling Ryan Fluna is, if the jobs number is bad on Friday, they're going to say, oh, We knew this was going to happen. ADP was terrible on Wednesday, but there have been times when the ADP number is one thing and the jobs number is the opposite of that. So I don't know how reliable an indicator that is all of the time.
Sellers coming into the close here, folks.
Yeah.
Definitely sellers here. We're now within 5 points of that low of the session. Currently trading 96 and a quarter, 91 and a quarter to the low. Not much there. AMC in the 29 handle.
What? Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy,
yeah.
look at that. I did not look at that once today.
Yeah, that's boy, taking out the 30.27 low, down 370. They have earnings coming up, right?
Do they?
I thought you said that. Yeah.
Did I? Wait, yes, they have it. Oh, wait, what's today's date? They have it on the 9th. So
Oh, okay. We got a few days here for that. AMC and GME had that ridiculous pop yesterday. What a orderly decline in here from 180 to 147. If you're GME trader, nothing on the monthlies. I'll call 134 and a quarter. That splits the 2 monthly lows from April and May. But there's a lot of downward momentum in GameStop, selling GameStop to buy Robinhood.
don't be quoting Kramer on me now. You know what I also wanted to look at was Zoom today because we talked about the vaccine trade being on earlier this morning and stay-at-home trade being, reopening trade being off, stay-at-home trade being on. It's not uniform, right? Like Peloton is up 1%. What do you do? But Zoom is having a great day, up almost 7%.
Yeah, so. Zoom showing some life here. 406.38. That was your July high. This is important. You got the 403 today. But after that July high, things really open up to the downside. Since you've had that tumble off the all-time high, you haven't had a major retracement yet. So your Zoom players, that would take you closer, getting halfway back. That would take you closer to the 436 area. Monthly high at 440. So wouldn't be surprised. I mean, of course, it all ebbs and flows with the variant. And boom, we're just we're right here in the close. We're gonna end up. Another round of sellers come in. Heading towards that low. So a little bit of nervousness here in the head of the market, reversing some of those gains from yesterday, going to be just above that close from Friday and Monday.
And on that note, we are closed in 3, 2, 1. There's your bell. We made it. The Qs end up in the green, wouldn't you know it? Everything else in the red, more or less. Basically, if you're not tech, chances are you're down today. That's sort of how it goes. Not everyone. Banks are okay. Healthcare is mixed, but technology. All right, Joel, we made it. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, have a good
night.
All right.
On that note, I'm going to wrap it up here and segue over to Mike Rao, who's going to do how to use Benzinga Pro and walk through that for an hour. But before I do that, I want to do a very quick crypto update since we just got to the closing bell. We just talked about stocks for a half hour. Let's talk crypto for like a little bit here. You can see mostly green on the screen across the board. Bitcoin, rebounding from a couple of days of weakness. Ethereum with just, if you've not been following Ethereum, you've been missing out. This thing just had its biggest winning streak ever over the last 2 weeks. It was up like 13 days in a row or something insane like that. Huge rally for Ethereum. So green across the board, Bitcoin, ETH, Doge. I'm awaiting that Ethereum update. Does anyone know when the Ether update is? I thought it was scheduled for today, but I would love some color if anyone in chat knows when this when the ETH network update is supposed to happen. It's supposed to limit the supply of Ether out there. I could have sworn it was today, but I could be wrong. And I thought that's why Ether was running into the update. That's tomorrow. Thank you very much. I don't know why I thought it was today. I guess it's tomorrow. So we will all be watching Ether tomorrow. As it relates to that, a couple stories on my radar. I saw a headline that Fidelity came through and bought a pretty decent portion of Marathon Digital, MARA, they bought 7.4% of Marathon via 4 index mutual funds. So Mara, big Fidelity stake there. Thought that was interesting. And that's what I'm watching here today. So if you like this crypto update, let us know in the comments, in my Twitter, all that good stuff. These crypto updates that we do we do 3 times a day now, and they are brought to you by Voyager. More than 60 assets to choose from, and annual interest earnings up to 12%. Voyager is your launch pad into the future of crypto. Get $50 in free Bitcoin when you use the code ZING on Voyager. That's Zing, Z-I-N-G. Deposit at least $100 and make your first trade. All that being said, I'm done. Please do me a quick favor. Smash the like button. Thank you very much. Mike Rouse going live right now. He's going to hang out, talk stocks, talk Benzinga Pro for the next hour. Everyone, I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a green day. And I will see you guys tomorrow.